But then, we are talking about tree of prosperity and financial inclusion. So, so do we exclude ourselves sometimes or most of the times financially? Or do we seek prosperity? Is the reason why we are all working?
I think we exclude ourselves.
I like that.
Some of us actually.
Most of us, I think.
It's all in the mind.
It's all in the mind. And I think, yeah, it's all in the mind. So that's why I thought one of our young people that we endeavor to work with is Irish, who has this big mission for us. And Irish has been with us, has attended one of the sessions. And Veronica and I thought it would be great to have this conversation again, for those who felt, it was necessary. And it seems like the two I was very keen on are not here yet, but they know. But yeah, Veronica, over to you.
Yes. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I hope you had a good month.
Yes.
Still going strong. Yeah. Grace, you're looking very well. So
thank you. You too.
You tell us the secret.
I swim 4 weeks in Ghana, so there's fun and everything. And the food.
Wow.
Hey,
okay.
Ghanaian queen is here. That's good. Fantastic.
So that's
lovely.
why.
Lovely. Yeah. So today we, as you know, we're still on our book, Think and Grow Rich, and we have actually been exploring that book, its nuggets, how we can use it, how it can help us to really get from where we are to a place where we can feel comfortable and in terms of success in our own ways. So I know we were expecting some people, but I don't know where they are. But today, last time, I don't know, for those who were here, welcome back, Lucy. We have missed you a couple of meetings.
I know. I missed you guys too. Some of us have been well, but very, very, very busy at work.
Okay.
In fact, even today I said I'm still locked down, but I'm going to attend. So
welcome.
I'm just trying to switch from my phone to my laptop so that you can see me and I can see you properly.
So before we can, today we have invited our guest who was with us last time, and she really gave a very powerful presentation, and people went home feeling like, this is it. So, but before we do that, I was just wondering if we can recap on whether anybody should share with us any of the nuggets from the book. Grace?
Yeah, I wasn't here the last time, so I don't know the book because I've been away. Yeah, I have missed two.
You have missed two
sessions.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
which book is that? What book is
Think
that?
and Grow Rich.
Oh no,
We've been.
What's the book again? Can you repeat it?
It's Think and Grow Rich.
Think and Grow.
If you look at our WhatsApp, you will see. Yeah, there you are. Yeah,
okay. Think and Grow Rich.
Napoleon Hill.
Napoleon Hill. Okay.
Yeah.
Look.
Not that I've read it, but I have the book.
Okay. I like your hair, beautiful.
You're looking very well, Lucy.
Sorry?
Lucy,
you're looking very well.
Like the hair.
Thank you.
Suits you just
wonderful.
Great,
to come off.
Well, no, not yet. It looks good.
You're seeing it on the screen.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Don't remove it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, Lucy, I know you haven't been with us and we have been sharing, maybe you could probably share with us anything you know about the book or you've read about the book or?
Well, I started reading it and then I put it down. So I haven't finished it. But one of the things that on page chapter 2 of the book, it talks about desire, the starting point of our achievement. So whether it be it money, success, or whatever. And one of the things that is written down here is the method by which desire for riches can be transmuted into its financial equivalent consists of 6 definite practical steps. And I think the first one, it talks about fix your mind, the exact amount of money you desire. And then there's something it's talking about determine exactly what you intend to give in return for the money you desire. And there is no such reality as something for nothing. So sometimes I think there's this people thinking you can get money for doing nothing. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. And then it talks about establish a definite date when you intend to possess the money you desire, create a definite plan for carrying out your desire, write out clear, concise statements of the amount of money you intend to acquire, read your written statement aloud twice daily, yeah, all that kind of stuff. And I was just reflecting on that and thinking, you know, many a times is when, let me speak for myself, you know, many a times is when you think this is what I need to achieve. But then you don't take steps into doing it. And when you don't take steps into doing anything, it remains, you don't get what you want. So I guess also in terms of, you know, when you think and you grow rich, according to Mr. Napoleon Hill, is putting those steps into achieving your desires. And one of the things that I was thinking about is that, you know, some of us growing up, you know, I don't suppose well, again, I speak for myself. I did not grow up in a family whereby I was taught finances. And possibly I was not taught about money because it was not there. There was no money to be taught about. Going to school, it was a fight, you know, crying about pocket money and all the rest of it. So I guess, you know, they gave what they knew. But what I've seen in my adult life is that when you desire something and you need to do something, again, there's that power in terms of how much you put aside. So you got to sacrifice, you know, and like most of us who are employed and, you know, you need to do something. Unless you start putting aside savings, then whatever you desire remains a desire. It doesn't translate to the outcome that you have in your mind. So those are some of the things that I've gotten from the book and in my journeys of life. My many years of being on earth.
Our actions have to be able to marry with our desire. Otherwise, it just remains a desire. And I know there has always been this prosperity religion where people go and say, I claim it. I
claim it until the cows come home.
Yeah. And that has really messed up people's lives in terms of thinking, you know, I can claim it, it's mine, and you can get money for, there is nothing for free. But if you desire and if you work towards your desire, God will always make it happen. And I think that's what Napoleon was talking about. The determination, the desire, and everything, all that energy, if focused in one place, then it will definitely give results. And it will give results. I was reading a story about this guy, the actor. What's his name? The one who used to act the mask. When he was really struggling, he had this kind of paper he had written that he would want to earn, I think, $100,000, $100,000. And he put that pocket in his, that paper in his pocket. And then, of course, he started going about his business of what he could do. And he did quite a lot of things. And true to his desire, he did eventually managed to get the 100,000. And now, as we know, he's been a great actor. So
yes, Jim Carrey.
Yeah, is it Jim Carrey? Yeah, Jim Carrey.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
the one who
that's
acted
right.
the mask.
And he
Yes.
did it, and he did it again with $1 million, and he did
Mhm.
exactly the same. I remember watching that interview. Yeah, that was a really good. That was motivational to see. Yeah.
I started thinking about it, and I thought I'm gonna write this, and someone start working on it. So I'm still on my journey. Yeah.
Just to add on what you've said, Veronica, is that you were talking about the prosperity, kind of tying it with the word of God as well. At the same time, the word of God tells us that faith without action is dead. So we can believe something, but if you're not putting action to what you're believing in, I mean, you're not going to go anywhere. So it's that same preaching of prosperity, they need to tie that with also what the word of God says somewhere else, that you got to put your faith into action, so that as you're praying, as you're believing God, you put in your actions, then God's favor gets in, and then you get what you want, I suppose.
And you expect money to come to you, that's not going to happen. You have to get out, you have to do something, and something is gonna happen. So yeah, and I think that's the spirit of that. I think that within the Think and Grow Rich is about changing our mindset. That's the key. I think that's the most important thing, believing and trusting and really now working hard towards that. So I think, Cecily, do you have anything to add? And then we can.
No, I think we are, yeah, we can start straight on. We are just, I'm just looking at the time, but I'm glad Mojatu, that is Frank, I believe this is with Angela, Howlinda here, Grace, Emeka, and Lucy, and our Irish. We can get started. Now, I must share one thing though, that motivated me to really get into this forum again. After last presentation from Irish, I was in a forum on Saturday with Grace, and almost everybody expressed the fear they have around savings, where to save, or the bank encouraging you to save. And in my head, I was thinking, okay, we've heard a lot about different ways of savings or investing and all the rest of it. Actually, the one was investment. There is that fear on where to invest and how. And when I remembered the presentation Iris ended for us sometimes ago, I thought it would be nice to come together and bring a few of you who are very much enlightened in this arena to hear more, and from Irish, and perhaps make informed decisions from there. So without maybe taking a lot of time, Frank, if you're okay to say hello to us, and then Irish will take up. Yeah, I know they are there somewhere, perhaps not struggling to switch on and off. But Irish, you can take the floor. Oh yes, they are there. Irish, take the floor, over to you.
Okay, thank you so much. Good evening, winners of life. Before we commence, Auntie, can you just if you could just make me host so that I can share my screen, that would be fantastic.
So do that. Yeah, you can now.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, it's absolutely fantastic, and it's an honor to be able to present to you all here today. I have a belief, and this was taught by my father, the late Pastor William Acker, and what he taught me is not by chance, but divine providence. Not by chance, but divine providence. So I believe that your meeting here today with us is not by chance, but you have been led, guided here for one reason or another. So it is my prayer that we allow God to move and let his will be done. And whatever happens here in this presentation, I hope that in one way or another, minds are empowered, lives are liberated, and chains are broken as we go higher for greater. And that's what I wish to leave with you today, if not anything at all. So who am I? Before we commence, my name is Iris Acker, as I've already stated. This is myself. Can you see my screen, please? Just let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect. So before I introduce to you the platform or the engagement that I have to present today, just want to give you a bit about myself. So I am a qualified lawyer, and I was head of legal finance, and I was also self-employed. I dealt in criminal and civil and just general commercial litigation. Okay, and that's what I was simply doing. But the famous saying goes, do you live to work or do you work to live? And in this life, a lot of the time we set out with the intention, I work to live, because the whole point is to be able to work to create a life of abundance, fulfillment. But what we then start to realize is that we get stuck in a cycle, and everything then starts revolving around work, and it gets to a point where we realize that we're working just to pay bills, just to get by, just to survive. And I believe in something that's fundamental biblically, that God came so that we may have life and life abundantly. So what is this abundant life? And that's how I felt. I was in this job, it was great, but I felt trapped, okay? And I did not feel fulfillment. I believe we've all been birthed with a purpose. And what we find is that it's not, someone mentioned, say, prosperity gospel. We're not talking about just claim money and that kind of thing, but we're talking about abundance in all areas of life. And that is what will give us true life and well-being. It goes directly to the source. If you see that we live in a system where mental health and a lot of illnesses, big issues, and if you go to the root causes, a lot of the time you'll find that the root causes are in these jobs and in these traps of and frustration that comes with them, because sometimes we are simply just trying to get by or pay the bills, but we're not living a life that sets us free, and the truth will set you free. And that is what I've come to share with you today. So in my quest, I was called to purpose, and I would say that I started my journey. I was brought into an industry in regards to the financial markets. Here I uncovered secrets of the Western world, and I decided to delve deeper because I finally saw how I could live a life of more purpose by becoming more free. So this is just some of my my journey. So what I would do is, once I came into this knowledge, I decided to empower powerhouses around the globe, starting here. So for example, images you see, Coventry Uni, me targeting the Afro-Caribbean societies in some of the establishments. This is me in Ghana at one of the, this is at the former mayor of Accra, and he's now a parliamentarian. This was me at his base, and that day they actually had important meetings in Parliament, but they left it all behind because they too knew that they needed to be liberated. And from the vision that I commenced 4 years ago, some of these, you see these pioneers here that jumped on when I took the leap of faith to come away from my career and delve into this freedom that I'm about to share with you. And people called me crazy. People stated, Iris, is that what you're doing? Is there's no security in that? And that's what happens. A lot of the time we commit to work because we want security. What people don't realize is sometimes security is sown in fear, and sometimes we have to let go. We have to sometimes step outside of the boat. That is how we walk on water. Yes, there is the possibility that you might drown, but there's a greater power beyond. And when we take the bold steps to live life fuller and more free, the bold step to purpose, you will see that not only will you be supported, but you will get the power to walk on water. And with more power, you can help more people. And that's what I did. The journey was not easy. This was me that after a presentation at one of the universities, this nearly cost me my life. This is what my account looked like through the journey, because I had to trial things and I was in hospital, all sorts, and it was not easy. A lot of the time, people see the journey as, they may see the success story. You might have achieved things and people just see your glory and see you shining, but they don't know the blood, sweat, and tears. But I want to encourage you, if you've been called away from your Egypt, or you're being challenged to leave your Egypt, although you may be going through a wilderness, I want to encourage you that every wilderness precedes a promised land. Every wilderness. So although that's where you'll be trained, you'll be refined, but press on till faith becomes sight. Today, you're talking about action. They say faith. People do not realize faith is not passive. Faith is not a thinking word. It is a doing word. And with faith and action and pioneering through the wilderness, you will get to your promised land. You will get to your promised land. So this is what I just want to encourage. And I want to encourage before I delve in, and let us not grow weary in doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. So some years later, I came to a breakthrough in the financial markets and created inventions that essentially help people to tap in and invest successfully. And this is an industry that's normally originally predominantly dominated by white Arab upper class males. So for me to be, so I'm originally from Ghana, okay, and yeah, so for me, and also obviously we're female, so we're in the double triple minority. Do you understand? For us to be Black, African, and then also pioneering in this industry. But that is what God does. Where he calls you, he will equip you. So as a result of this, I've had the opportunity to be invited and have formed collaborations from the Office of the President in Ghana, the Ashanti King, royalty in Dubai. This woman here, she is a financial chief officer for the Democrats in America. When she engaged, she said, I've got to introduce you to my partners. And I went and discovered she was talking about Michelle Obama and Oprah. And this is what God does. And this is one of the wealthiest women in Ghana. She is the leading gold exporter in the whole of Ghana. And some people say West Africa. And I had the opportunities for some of these engagements just because I took a leap of faith from my boat. And this is where I engage my promised land. Okay, brilliant. So that is a bit about me. So now let's get straight into it. Now, the book that you guys have been reading, so there's a lot of context to this. So let me go into that book. You guys, Think and Grow Rich. So if you weren't in the last presentation, you would have known I was invited to this book club, and it's just so interesting how things work. Remember I told you, divine providence. I didn't know of the book that they were reading, but one of the main things that started me on my journey was two things. Years ago, I was given this vision. I was given the vision that one day I would create something called the iVision World Aid Mission. And in my operations, because a lot of time as a Christian, when things come up, whether it's charities needing support in missions, oh, don't worry, my sister, you're struggling. Oh, don't worry, we will pray for you. God will come through for you. That's what we're good at saying. But when we are able to liberate ourselves, not only do we get the chance to pray, and that's what God showed me, not only would you get the chance to pray, but be the answer to the prayer, so that when we are liberated and we become free, we become more effective vessels for God to spread love. So if you see here, 2018, I had this vision. So it's so interesting. It didn't start with me knowing anything about this industry, but I had this vision. And one of my main aims was to lead people into knowledge. When you go back home, the struggle is there, not because there is lack in Africa, but because of a lack of knowledge, my people perish. And what God showed me that I was going to fundamentally do was be able to teach and edify. And this was going to be a charity that would, when it engaged with entities, it would eradicate the need for charity by showing people the truth of abundance. And that's what, because there's enough in the world for everybody, and we just circulate. So when I discovered this industry and how they made money, and the fact that it was the #1 source of income generation in the Western world, I said, once I engage this, I will be able to have this freedom to be able to share with others. So this is literally it. And the reason why I'm showing you this is because you see the context of the book. So this, let me share with you, this is with big secrets here. Don't miss this today. Don't miss this today. So if you see our sister here, she started by talking about, she read a bit about the book in terms of the book said, state an amount that you want, whether it's money you want to achieve, whether it's an end goal, state what exactly is, whether it's the amount of money, and state when by, and then state what you are going to do in return to secure this. Now watch this, and it's called something called like definite of purpose. And if you see here, look at it's literally Think and Grow Rich, but look at the day 2020. And I did my first prototype of this in 2018, 2017, when I started my journey. Remember, I didn't know that they were reading this book. So I just want to encourage you with the book that you're reading, the power that you guys engage. Don't play with it. So this is what I wrote years ago. I am so happy, because this is what you have to do. You have to say, I am so happy and grateful. And then you have to claim that which you wish to enter, and then what you are going to exchange in order. So I am so happy and grateful now that I am a millionaire. I am so happy and grateful now that I stated the amount, as the sister stated. And then after, I stated the date. And I said, this will happen by the successful progression and profits of all my businesses. The universe is sending me new opportunities, business partners, platforms, and let me just, I want you to understand the power of this. Don't miss this. The universe is sending me new opportunities, business partners. As we speak, these people that you see here, all of them are minimum of 6-figure earners above. This guy here, at the time, he was 16. Now this guy owns his own cryptocurrency. I was speaking to him the other day. He's just come back from Ghana, bought some land where they're doing farming and they're helping local charities, etc. And over here, this is literally, when we started, we all took leaps of faith, and all of these people here, I just want to show you that the context, because this was an image that was taken around the time I read this, okay, before I met these people. The universe is sending me new opportunities, business partners, platforms, and million-dollar ideas to succeed. And I am making it. God is leading me and showing me how to make this happen. I am giving people great value, and in turn, I am richly rewarded. Now that I am a millionaire, I am free to live my dreams and be the blessing I was born to be. The thought of this abundance makes me so excited. I am blessed and thankful for my limitless wealth. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So it's already done. I am a millionaire. I am living in abundance. Thank you, Lord. So one of the elements of this book is the reason why you do this and you recite it is because every day you have to own it like it's already done. So let me just give you a piece of advice. For it to be effective, you have to visualize it. So you see, as in the word it states, if you ask believing that you have received, then it's already done. That's the concept. So I'm writing it as if I had achieved it. And I'm not saying today I am in the glory of millions, but let's just say I am a lot closer, or I'm now in a sector that is a real possibility, whereas before it was not. And now when I say it was not, we're going to delve straight into it, because in order for you to know where you are going, you need to know where you are coming from, and you need to know where you are. We're talking about financial literacy. This is not something we were educated about, and that's why for the lack of knowledge, people perish. So a lot of the time, we're in the wrong system, trying to do more of the wrong thing to get a solution that is not viable in a system. So some of you may be already aware of this, but I'm going to start by sharing with you a bit of knowledge from a book that, a bit of knowledge from a book that they also were reading. Again, this was already in my presentation. It just happens to correspond that the two main books that changed my life are the two main books this platform have been reviewing. Isn't that so powerful? So let's get straight into it. Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad Poor Dad. I'm just going to touch on this very quickly because it ties in. So all he basically stated is there is a cash flow quadrant, and this is basically a quadrant that shows the way in which money in society flows, and you need to know where you are to know what is then possible for you. So you've got the employee and the self-employed. These people make up 95% of the population. However, they only access 5% of wealth in the system, because what they do is, in this system, we are taught to exchange time for money. That's how we are developed, the academic system, and that's what makes sense. But then on the other side of the cash flow quadrant, you've got business owners and investors, people who make money work for them, or systems work for them. So they don't exchange time for money. They are only 5% of the population. However, they account for and access 95% of wealth in the system. And that's where you would have heard, oh, this world is controlled by the 1% and then only 5% have not. This is where it comes from. So this is what I'm saying. You need to know where you are and where you're coming from to know where to go and how to go. And today, this presentation is going to show you one of the most effective ways to translate yourself so that you can experience financial freedom and liberation is actually experienced on this side. So when you are able to engage more of these systems, you are able to find freedom. So what we're saying today is choose freedom, because that is where true liberation comes from. So let's get straight into it. What is this presentation about? So today, what am I today? Today, I am the CEO of a platform called iVision Trade, and I'm also director of an NGO and a private investment firm. And under this investment firm, I am a money manager for an investment broker, and you're going to understand more of that soon. So this has to do with the world of Forex. You may have heard it. As I speak to you and share this with you today, I would invite you and encourage you to dispel assumptions, because this is what I discovered on my journey. God showed me that the truth is hidden in plain sight. But unfortunately, due to so many scare stories and due to the amount of ignorance, because now if you can understand how much of the population actually know about the industries that access real cash flow, then you will understand why it is so difficult to find something that's secure. And then what happens as well is then people then capitalize on the fact that that these industries exist, and they capitalize on it fraudulently. So Auntie Cicely mentioned that people sometimes are a bit, fearful of where to invest. And that's where it comes from. And rightly so, you should be prudent. But actually, hopefully you would believe that, if I wasn't someone of reputable standing, Auntie Cicely would only bring me to this platform if I had something of true value, because of the way she cares and respects for you. And this is literally it. So this ties into the testimony I gave to you earlier. And this was what I came to in order to achieve the goal that I had. If you know the amounts of money that God told me that I was going to be able to engage, and what systems I was going to be able to create. And I was just like, how is this going to happen? But I just want to encourage you today, if you have a vision, keep the vision. Don't worry about the how. Just move through the wilderness. God will show you the way. And this was one of the ways I was shown in order to become liberated. All right, so what is Forex? You may have heard of it. Trading. So this is a lot of people do not know, the number one source of income generation for banks, hedge funds, government institutions, and retail markets in the Western world. It's $1 trillion a day industry, open 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, because there's different sessions in the different time zones, like New York, London, Tokyo, Sydney. So it alternates. So with this industry, if you work a 9 to 5, you can only make money between 9 to 5. And then you have to look for overtime. And then what you have to realize is, in the system, to make more money, you have to work more. So by the time someone could even dream of even reaching 6 figures, let alone $1 million, you would have killed yourself. And that's how it's meant to be. And that's why millionaires don't necessarily confine themselves to just the 9 to 5, or people who are financially free. They are engaged in others. And today we've presented an investment that helps you to become liberated also. So in terms of providing you have access to a mobile phone or a computer, you can make money from anywhere in the world. This industry is not restricted or suppressed by lockdown, unemployment, economic instability. What is it? Quite simply, so this is so that you don't get confused. This is not Bitcoin, and I will distinguish the difference, okay? So what it is simply is very on the most simplistic level. You are just exchanging currency for another. If you've gone to another country, you've gone to the Forex Bureau. That's Forex. But this is just on a technological level. So say, for example, someone was to give you the heads up, maybe you're going to Ghana or you're going to, America, and someone said, oh, wait till next week before you go and change at the post office, because something is going to happen that is going to cause the markets to go down. So then the dollar will be less, will have lower value. If you then waited till next week, because it had lower value, it means you could get more dollars for your pounds. So you would have traded profitably. And that's all it is. But what happens is, with these types of sectors, they mystify it as much as possible. You even ask some people and they will tell you, hey, that Forex, trading, hey, that's gambling. And that's what they want you to endorse, these scare tactics, so that you stay stuck in the system. But that's essentially what this is, okay? And like I said, the number one source of income generation for banks. If this was so, it was so unstable, or if it was so unreal, banks who hold your money. So that's another thing. Let me share with you, so that you may not even know. When you put your money in the bank and you come back, do you realize sometimes you'll get a notification? 1p has been added. Oh, great, 10p. What you don't realize is that they have flipped your money times 10, times 100, into hundreds of thousands. Because obviously that's how they make their money. They trade and they give you 0.00001%. And this is the secret behind some of the things that they do with your money. So literally, I'm going to show you a world of how you can do that for yourself. Now, although the financial market sounds all good and well, the reality is the industries or the sectors of the people who have access to the knowledge is so scarce. People will go onto YouTube, maybe try to self-teach. What people don't realize is that there's not enough information out there to actually be able to successfully just do it like that. To the extent that 99% of individuals that attempt to trade will fail. So if you know anybody, oh, I knew someone who did that, they lost their money. They weren't trading, because trading is a skill set. You learn information, you learn how to make assessments. Some people may trade on the basis of news. So that the way that it works is it's not like a mystical concept. It's very simple. Everything that happens in each country's economy affects their currency. That's why, poorer countries have lower value currency, and then the opposite for, wealthier countries. So it's very simple. If, like, say, for example, there is a news release, or what people have done is studied that over a period of time, economic releases from inflation rates, etc., and just information affects currency. And there's ways that you can study the movements in order to cash in and trade profitably. That's literally the gist of it. Okay, so there's a way, then there's different ways to do it. So the reason why I showed you this man is that without success mentorship, it is impossible to successfully trade or make money from this industry. So, and people who have tried, they haven't traded. So no, it's not because trading is a scam. No. They weren't trading. And I want to make this clear. They were gambling, because it's natural for you to go away and and ask people, oh yeah, no, and you hear stories, hey, please don't go. Without the knowledge of how to do this, you're not trading, you're gambling. And if you gamble, you lose your money. That's inevitably what you learn, and that's why we don't gamble. So this is what we're talking about. This is a great industry, but how do we succeed from it? And today I'm going to present to you the iVision success solutions. So let's get straight into it. The first package that we have now, so that you know, I'm not presenting to you a third-party platform, any network marketing. This is something that I created systems out of the knowledge that I acquired and the breakthroughs that I had. I simply created systems to make it possible for people like yourselves to engage with this industry, the bank's secrets, the government's secrets, to engage and also make money successfully. That is it in a nutshell. And that's what I'm presenting to you now. So with this platform, you will learn our secrets to success. Learn our secrets to your success at your own pace via training videos and expert material on our private portal. Access years of expert trial and error so you can get straight to the results. Please understand, if you meet somebody who's making consistent money from this, for them to say that today, this is my daily bread, they have lost tens of thousands to hundreds. I'm not joking. This is not, the journey is not for the faint-hearted in terms of if you are learning or you're doing it from scratch and you have no one like how this is presented. It is me. When I say that, God had to place me in certain places. So if you see some of those invitations, I was literally invited, like to Dubai, for example. I gave an example on one of my invitations where it was in regards to global commodities and the financial markets. And what happened was the billionaire who invited me got stuck in Sweden, and they were the only people represented from the African diaspora. So they said to me, Iris, you're up, you're going to have to represent for us. So what happened? So these are just some of the secrets that I will share that with you happily. So whilst I was there, I had to represent. And so if you see here at this dinner table, these are just all pioneering millionaires, billionaires globally from different countries sitting at this table, invited to this global commodity outlook conference. So they spoke to me and shared things with me as if I was representing this billionaire. And then, but they don't realize at the time I was a minus near. Do you understand? But that's what God does. And here I uncovered things. I'll give you an example, something called market manipulation. People who try to do this without information and knowledge, you know, in terms of like the intel that you are getting, they don't realize that even banks, they know where people's trades are you know, stat. Sometimes they might do artificial moves to knock you out. And people don't even realize the odds are stacked against them. And I asked him, I asked questions here. Why is it that you guys, in terms of these pioneers, make it so difficult for people to live free? They said, Iris, well, let me invite you into a secret. If we were to show everybody how to gain financial freedom and make money for themselves, be banks unto themselves, who would work in the systems? How could you guys fit into the hierarchy to make the 1% who run everything? And that's why ignorance is the only way for us to oppress. This is serious stuff. So when I heard this, I was like, thank you. Look at this woman here. She told me, when she looked at some of my sisters, she said, Iris, do you know what you've done? Please listen. So do you know what you've done? She is of Jamaican heritage. Here you can see her being crowned Queen Mother in Ghana, because she's a big investor, millionaire investor in Ghana. You can see some celebrities here that were invited to her, like Beyonce's mom. You can see this model here, etc. Naomi Campbell, etc. All came to Ghana for the year return and this event. And she said to me that there was a Jamaican banker in a parish, and he discovered stuff like this whilst working for the bank. So if you realize, when people work for banks, they have to, or investment sectors, they have to sign on disclosures. They can't share anything, and they cannot trade. That's why you might have heard things like insider trading, because someone can give a tip off that can make someone $1 million, billion. So it's banned, and they do it all for a reason. And he said that this man left the bank. He said, my people are struggling. Look at this knowledge. These Westerners came and taught this bank how to do it. He left. He said, all right, if this non-disclosure prohibits me, I'm going to leave. He leaves. When he leaves, he teaches it to people of the parish. This woman, she told me, she said in no time, they became so wealthy. They took the money from the banks, and it started affecting the banks and the government. So they had to do something about it. And they set him up and tried to say, well, you stole information from here and you shared it here, all because he gave people too much power. Today, we're opening your eyes so that you can understand. They said that they found a way to shut him down and lock him up, just so that he couldn't share this information and set people free. So she said, Iris, do you know what you've done? No, do you know what you've done? Please pay attention. So I just wanted to connect back to that, because it links to, it links to the notion behind the system. So here, you'll get access to those tools. So how do you get access? Very simple. I have a platform. I have created a platform. Just bear me one moment. Let me move this out this way. So if you see here, this is the iVision Trade portal. You are able to gain access to all of our training, everything that basically will give you the information to make money. This is not just confined to you. This can be accessible whether you've got children, grandchildren. Please understand, by bringing this into your home, you are now changing the generational wealth destiny of your family, because this is not a job. Please understand, this is not an industry that someone can sack you, or they can say economic instability, so that you understand. When Brexit occurred, it affected people who had money in the bank because the pound depreciated. But you see, the beautiful thing with trading is that you are learning to buy and sell. So if the market is crashing or things are going bad, you sell instead of buy. And I kid you not, during Brexit and things like lockdown, that's why you hear these millionaires become richer. Whilst everyone's suffering, they become richer because of these industries. So you see, via this platform, you are able to access all the training and do that at your own pace. And then with this package that I'm showing you here, one of the things that I also do is I give you access to mentorship. So what do I mean by that? One of the things, the fastest ways to accelerate your learning is to be supported, because you can be taught certain things, like say you can do the theory of a driving test, but then the practical is what gives you the actual meat so that you can do it live. So here you are supported to success by your personal VIP expert guide. Have a bespoke solution tailored to your specific growth and income needs. Fast track your progress via advanced mentorship. Get more to go higher. We also do live trading sessions. So say, for example, you don't understand anything. You don't need to have any fear. I've almost catered to almost every person, that type of person that exists now with the platform, because I took challenges on people who had various learning difficulties, people who are the cliche people who are not meant to understand this. Because you're, for example, Canary Wharf, you'll know of JP Morgan, Barclays. So that's where you get a lot of the traders. I've met all of them. And I've been now able to train people in Africa. A lot of them run my platforms, and they're giving people in the West these services, this ability to make money. This is how we give power to the people. And they don't even realize that these people did not go to all the high unis that some of them went to. But because I was able to acquire the knowledge, I was able to empower. So that's what you get here. You also get access to just a tool that helps you to identify opportunities. So if this sounds abstract a bit, don't worry. You will have all you need to understand. But I'll give you a good example. You see here, because you also get access to the technology that I've developed. So here, if you see here, it states, this is my phone. I got a notification, GBP USD sell. GBP USD is just the British pound versus the US dollar. Simple. I trade currencies. You can trade gold, you can trade cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin. My focus is Forex, the foreign exchange. So it's just basically different currency pairs, as I've already mentioned. So if you see here, I placed the trade, and it gives you a notification, like a bank statement of the money that you're making. So this is just so that you can see a screenshot of my phone. If I move this out the way, you can see this is my phone. You can see the time at the time, and then the battery, so you can see here the profit has cashed in. I placed the trade. Profit that cashed in, £75. Profit that cashed in, £87. And I'm going to show you, you're going to see the bank statement for this on that day. This is what I'm talking about. So depending on your account size, you can make X amount, and you're going to see more in a bit. But the point that I'm trying to make to you is that when I was in the 9-to-5 system, this is how much I have to slave for 8 hours. For 8 hours before I'll see £75, £100. And in this industry, there's no confinement, because we're not talking about time. We're leveraging a skill set to make money. So it starts to blow your mind. So here, there's a saying. It says, give a man a fish and he will eat for a day. Teach a man to fish and he will eat for life. And here we teach you to fish so that we will eat for the rest of you. You will eat for life. In Africa, this is what they do. The Westerners go over there, the Chinese, oh, let me sell you these trinkets, or let's make this negotiation, this economics deal, etc. We will give you money, we will supply your land. But people do not realize, and this is has been one of the biggest thorns in Africa's side, when we do that, we are taking fish. But because we're not learning how to fish, when the man says, I'm now gone, or now I'm taking over, now pay me, and you'll see that some of us are paying people from the West in Africa to mine our cocoa, to mine our own gold, because we didn't acquire the fish. We didn't acquire to learn how to fish. So this is one of the ways that we can change the game. We've been recently in the news, we've been talking about Black Lives Matter. We make Black Lives Matter not by petitioning to the government, please make things more comfortable for my racial awareness, etc., but by giving power to the people. All right, brilliant. So that's that one here. Okay, cool. I'm just, my system has just, okay. We're nearly there. Okay, right, so after that package, so in that package, you are getting the tools to learn to fish, to learn to trade and make money successfully from the financial markets. Perfect, I hope you understand that. This is the platinum package. So with the platinum package, you get the silver and the gold, but you additionally also get a channel, because I train people how to trade. So now I have employed people across Ghana to buy, and they trade for me. And I realized 3 months had gone and they hadn't made any losses. The whole point is when you're trading, you make losses and you make gains. But obviously you're meant to learn how to make more gains than losses. And that's how now you're trading profitably. So I said to myself, I have to be able to use this for a service. So I created something called the check and cash service. So from the strategy, you still have to be able to assess certain things on your computer. But what I wanted to do was customize something to lives that are more busy, so that people can make money on the move. Turn your phone into an ATM. So very simply, what will happen is this. When my experts have analyzed the markets and there are potential opportunities, they will send them to a Telegram channel. And I've called it the check and cash service, because you still have to check one element and then you place the trade. So if you see here, it's a check, Euro USD sell. So you would go over to your phone, everything would be, you could do this on the move, hit sell. And then if you see here, when it cashed in, I hit cash in. So I'm just going to play this quickly so that you can just see a recording that I did of the channel. Remember, don't need to worry about the ins and outs. just that it does something simple. We give you, so here in this package, this is the additional thing you get to the other package. You get a service where people are now, so with this service, you're able to make money on the move. Cash in with the experts live. You can spend less time and make more money. You're also able to earn while you learn, because you don't actually need to learn the full system to be able to use it and make money. So I decided, like, what if I could turn the phone into an ATM? And this is what we've done. So if I press play, you'll just see, this is the channel. So you see here, it says, you know, in terms of, I put this cell and it said cashed in. And then if I'm just gonna just press play. So you're reading the channel. And yeah, so this was someone who had just recorded his results. So what we do is I also use something, I teach you something called the storehouse. The storehouse, I got it, the idea from it was biblical. Joseph, when he was prime minister, he was told to create a storehouse for 7 years of famine that was going to follow 7 years of plenty. We're talking about savings, we're talking about investing. People talk about saving for a rainy day. So I decided to create a new way of trading. So normally what people will do, they'll trade all on one account, but then if something goes wrong or they don't manage their risk too well, they can blow all their money. But with this storehouse account, what I do is this: I teach you how to trade so that you're making money on your normal account, but there's also a storehouse where every day you're transferring your profits. So this is what someone literally, just by using the service. So you'll see here, there was a notification, USD CAD, sell, they placed it. They cashed in. So what you're doing, you see these blues, that's the profit, £63, £60, £62. Here you can see the date, the 22nd of the 7th, 2021. And here you're seeing transfer out too. So what happens is you get a broker account, which is like a bank account for trading. Everything is secure. So you see they placed them, all the blue ones are the trades that they placed, and all the reds, normally reds are like your losses, but here you can see that it's being transferred. So the money that they're making from this system was being transferred into the storehouse. And this person made £207. The person said, Iris, I was just out shopping. I just placed the trades that you guys sent. And she was able to make 207. How long would that normally take in the system, you know, to make? So literally, that's just how this service works. So it's just an additional bonus to help you make money around the clock, and that's the can cash. So you can see here, look, this buy, cashed in, buy, cash. So when it cashes in, we notify you so that by the time you've checked your phone, it should have cashed in. So these are just some people who you were using the service, and you can see that I've asked them, have you joined? Did you cash in? Have you joined? Did you cash in? So I'm here, I've just sent messages to some clients asking them. He's from Sri Lanka, he's based in England. Some of you know this person. This is Deborah McCory, like literally. So if you say, so you can see here. So yes, person. So I will just read a bit of it. Let's go. Super. Will do. Have you joined? Did you cash in? Perfect. Caught it and cashed in. I asked this person. Service had just started. She was sleeping. She said, I overslept and missed it. We'll catch the next ones. She messaged me straight in the morning. Mine has cashed in. And this person as well. Cash. I asked her. She said very helpful, and she had also cashed in. So that's literally just that is an additional service that you get. Now let me just show you some of the results so that you can see what it looks like. Okay, so this is a client. She's a teacher, very, very busy, and she recently was widowed, and she had business plans, but she was held back, and I was able to liberate her with this. Now look at what she's been able to do. Remember, all of the blues are what you're seeing is profits. In terms of in this scenario, all the reds are actually, or normally you're meant to see losses, but all the reds that you see on this are actually just transfers to the account. So she's using the storehouse savings account concept. So you see the storehouse savings accounts concept, you don't trade on that account. You transfer to that account, that money can be immediately used in your life for bills, dreams, business, the children, holidays, that's it. So if we just try, see, so you'll see here, this is the date. So everything is date and time stamped. This is the currency pair that we're trading. So you can see £24, £27, £28, and you can see every day she's withdrawing. So just over that short period of time, she'd made £422 in a few days. Now, this is what it looks like when you can have a slightly bigger account. So this is one of my, this guy's an investment broker. And he's one of my investors. So if you see here, this is one of his accounts that was using an earlier version of the service. This is all one day. Please look at the power of this. 31st of the 12th, 2020, £70, £74, £99, £115, all in one day. And I actually started with one of his accounts. There was around 2,000 and something. I was able to not only double it, but I was able to split it over 2 accounts. So if you can see, he's got 2 accounts with me. sorry, his name is Ricardo. This one had 517 profit, and you're going to see this is all real account, because a lot of the time when people are trading, they can trade on demo account, which is fake money. You can see here it says real account. Yeah, you see the real account there. So you can see that account that used the trades, and that had 507 pounds, and this is his second account. So let me just, so this one had that, this was the first account, and this is the second account. All right, and this one, same trades, just higher lot size, 600 and something, and then the total on this was nearly 4,000 pounds. And I was able to do that from, I think, 2,000 to 3,000 pounds. And when we finished that account, it was literally over 9 grand. And that was, you can see how much. So in that together, that's 1,000 and something made in a day. Let's, so that you can see the day. Let's, if you remember, the date is there, 31st of the 12th. You remember the other one was the same. This is the power of the financial markets. It is not a joke. So when I got into the industry and I saw someone make my annual salary in a month, I said, something is strange. And this is the power, guys. All right, cool. So that's the main services. So this is just a few more testimonials of people using the service. Someone said, I was running around all day and I was only able to cash in because of those alerts. I said, fab. And this person also speaking about it, I am convinced it definitely works with my busy schedule. I said, fantastic, that's great. This person here, Roger that. Thanks so much for this great setup. It's amazing. I'm not missing any moves. Thanks to you. Let's go. I said, welcome, most welcome, winner of life. All thanks be to God. Let's go. All right. So the last, this is the last offer that we have for those who are busy, who don't want to learn how to trade, who don't want to use it. I have, by God's grace, been verified as Vantage FX. That is the name of the broker. They are financially globally regulated. They are award-winning. You're going to see them in a minute. So I'm an advanced manager with them, and you can basically invest. So this is called the hands-free service. So you can now profit from the iVision Trade winning strategy systems without committing time. Mirror our success while staying in control of your money. You do not pass hands. Your money doesn't come to me. This is another thing that causes a lot of people to get scammed. Oh, send 500, 2,000, and I'll double it, triple it. You don't know where your money goes and it disappears. This, you open a bank account for trading. I'm going to show you. They're called Vantage. I'm going to show you shortly. And that's where your money is stored. You have full control over your money. We'll just have an agreement. And I'll simply say to you, so in this offer, normally to even access an offer like this, you're paying someone a monthly fee of maybe £300 a month, £500 a month. And then you have to make sure you have enough money on the account to also additionally make profit. I have waived a monthly fee, no upfront cost, cancel at any time. And then all that happens with this package here, your money is invested and you get profit shares on a monthly basis. So any profit we make on the account, we split 50-50. Remember what the bank do. You have your money there, they will give you 0.001. They've turned your 1,000 into hundreds of thousands. You probably see 1p or 10p, if that. Here, I make it transparent. I show you what the banks are doing and you are able to access more. So we're talking about make money work for you. And at the beginning, you saw what Robert Kiyosaki stated, this is one of the main keys to financial freedom. So that is the hands-free service. So with this service here, there is, that's the setup. All right, brilliant. So that's all the packages. And now I'll just, so bear with me one moment. Hello, can you all still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So sorry. Yes. Okay. All right, cool. All right, some quick results, so that you understand. At the bottom is the profit. This woman, she is based in Reading. Her husband's got a restaurant. I remember she stated, Iris, this is not for someone like me. I could never do this. She learned the system, and this is what she said. I can't believe this is real. I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you. She's learned to trade, doing what the banks now do. That was £210 profit. This is someone who works with the president of Ghana. She said, Iris, I believe you. I just don't think I have the time. And he's got a full family shuttling between Ghana, Nigeria, and the UK, and he was able to profit with our systems too. This is somebody who'd been trading for a long time, and she said, Iris, I've tried so many trading systems, etc. And with this system, she deposited 200 and she doubled it. So you can see now her final balance just from my system as well. And remember, it's not about the amount of money, but it's the percentage profit you're making. So she took her account and doubled it, which means if it was 2,000, it would have become 4,000. And she said, I was looking for a bread and butter daily income stream via trading. After so many failed programs, I thought it was impossible until iVision. This is exactly what I've been looking for. I'm glad I didn't give up, eternally grateful. And that's her system as well. This one here, she is called Nisha. She's an accountant. She used my system. And if you see here, so we'll just go to the bottom. She pioneers in financial freedom. I believe her husband is currently studying theology, etc. So a lot of financials are on her shoulders. So if you can see, look how much, look, she just, and they look like small amounts. £30, £6, but it all adds up. She deposited 500, turned it into 1,545 with the system, and she tripled her account. This was a guy who worked, he works for a production company. He's one of the pathfinders and youth leaders for our SDA church in Accra. He actually was so impressed. He left his managerial job, and today I've hired him, and now he works for me. And he's one of my pioneers for the investment firm and also the humanitarian charity. Oh, this guy here, he's from Sri Lanka. This will be the last one because I can go on and on. So this guy, he's not even Christian. I'm a Christian. So every time we always give praise to God, etc. So look what he says. He trialed it. It worked. He says, my progress has been amazing since the alerts. And I was literally like, that's amazing. And I said to him, thanks. He said, I said to him, incredible. We thank God. 2 weeks in and you're in the money, baby. iVision success strikes again. Next, we take over Asia. Power to humanity. To God be the glory. He said, thanks be to God. I do now know your system is actually great and it works like a charm. We will take over Asia. He's even Hindu, but he will say praise to Jehovah because he knows the source of our success. Oh, and this goes on. So you guys get the gist. Okay, so now we're going to talk about costs just really quickly and then we're done. When I asked someone, when we were looking for someone had to teach us how to do this, they were charging us 6 figures. And people would tell us, well, we lost hundreds of thousands learning to do this. So we're not trying to empower people like you. We're just trying to make money. And that's why the richer get richer and the poorer get poorer, because the richer continue to be able to afford the intel and the advanced things that brings them more wealth. And literally this changes now. So when we first released this, these were the packages. They were dropped down. So the silver and gold, they used to be separate, but that's how much. And so all the people that you see, that's how much they paid. Because if you think about it, uni students, they pay £9,000 a month. They finish with 40-something thousand in debt, no guarantee of a job, and they still have to hop from job to job. Here, free forever. I was able to leave my job. I said I retired at 30. No joke. Mama, people were just like, stop saying that I retired. They're getting angry. What do you mean? I'm going to retire 60 something. You're telling me you retired at 30. It made it possible. For this presentation and this promotion and this, where I'm working with this wonderful book club and team, this is what I have now presented. We are done. I know you guys have done great. We are nearly done. So the gold package, very simply. So you see the silver and gold, you understand the training, you get access to the mentorship, you get everything, okay? That's 5,000. I brought it to near half price. The deposit, that's the deposit to make it more affordable, and that's the monthly fee for 4 months, and you've paid for it. That's it. All the people that you saw, some people paid 5,000 last year. Until today, we still support them. They still access the master classes. They still train with us, and all the new deals they get access to. The platinum, remember, the platinum is the same as the gold. It just now has that alert system, so you can make money on the move and also earn while you learn. And with this, it's normally 7,000. That's how much it is on the offer price. Deposit is 1,500, monthly 700. Now, if you want access to these packages and that's a bit dear for you, we've now been able to partner with associates at BBC, and so we are now able to offer easy pay. Easy pay, very simple. You get 2,000 knocked off that, and we split it into monthly payments. Please, guys, I was so happy to be able to offer this. Because of the amount I paid the mentors before, I could never even do a discount or offer something like this. So here we're able to come to an agreement on something monthly that you can afford. So if you're here today for financial freedom or something that will liberate you, remember, this is something that can be accessed by yourself and your family. Normally it is one package per person, but if you're interested, you talk to me. I'm going to give you my number. We will make it happen. If you're here to win, we have your championships leagues. So that's the gold plus. And with the gold plus, I'm doing an offer where you will also get a trial of the check and cash service in this. So it's not a subscription, it's just an installment plan to pay this off, and that's it. Now you own the technology forever. I had offers from banking directors from Wall Street for some of these systems, but they told me if they own it, I can't use it for this. So please take advantage. I rejected big offers so that I could liberate people. So please make the most of this. So with the Easy Pay Gold, you get access to the best of both worlds. And lastly, this is for those who just want to invest. Sorry, can you just mute your mic? I'm nearly done. Sorry, can someone just mute your mic? Hello? Kindly mute your mic. Thank you so much. So that hands-free, this is simply how it works. No monthly cost, profit share. So what I advise is a minimum investment, £500 to £1,000. Okay, that's what I normally say. I recommend 1,000, and this is simply how it works. Our fees only deducted if we make you money, period. You can access your funds at any time. You can control and see your account at any time. And at the moment, we also have a deposit bonus. So if you deposit, for example, 1,000, you will get 50% of up to $1,000 on top, and you will also then get 10% for all your other deposits. So just so that you understand how that works, let me flip over to this screen so that you get it. So for about £1,000, it would be flipped to 1,350, roughly. Our typical profit level, we can do anything from 40 to 80, 90%. So that would be the percentage. So this is just that it shows you total profit for this amount. If you were to top up with 1,000, your account would be boosted to 1,370, around there. And we would split the profit 50-50. So say on that would be roughly 400, 500. That would be the split. That's what you would make. And if you have a bigger fund, we will talk so that to make it flexible. But the standard at the moment is most of these setups are 70-30 to the broker. So that's being very fair. So that's literally the packages, okay? That's literally the packages in a nutshell. I think at this point, before I move forward and before we round up, is there any questions? Is there any questions? So please, if there's any questions, ask now. So let me just show you Vantage. Where is your money going to be stored in terms of that's invested? This is, so if you can see here, best Forex broker, and it's regulated. This is Vantage FX. And you can see some of the awards that they've won, including Global 100 winner. You can see some of the awards. You can see that they've been verified and rated by Trustpilot and Google. So this, like I said, your money doesn't pass into my hands. You open an investor's account. That's where your money goes if you're trading the hands-free. And it's the same kind of setup, when you're doing your own. If you're concerned, but what if I lose my money, or, when I'm learning to trade, don't have no fear. We learn first how to trade on demo money. That's the real markets with fake money. So that when you now get consistent, you saw the results of a lot of my clients, blues, profit, is because they did it on demo first. And so once you are now proficient on demo, you can now go live and you will get generally get the same results if you stick to the rules. We give you a set of rules, and that's all you have to do. Adhere to the rules and you will get the results, okay? So before I move from this element, please, any questions? Any questions? Some people normally ask the typical, okay, so let me just do frequently asked questions. How long does it take to learn to trade? Conventionally, you're looking at years. I'm talking about 4 or 5 years plus. I've met someone who said they didn't get profitable until 8 years plus. Our clients typically are able to learn and earn within 1 to 2 months. With the service you get with this, once you know how to use the system, you can profit almost instantly. And in terms of, remember, it's not a rush. A lot of people, I want to make money straight away. You are learning a skill that will pay you for the rest of your life. Please let that enter your system. And that's why I was able to walk away from my law. Some people will hold, being a lawyer is quite prestigious. They don't understand, not that now I can use my legal skills, but I don't have to now slave and exchange time for money because of this. Do you understand? That's the type of empowerment. So what I want to ask you, if you had no limits today and you could have more freedom, what would you do with this? So at that point, let me just ask you some, so in terms of, I'm going to take just 1 or 2 questions, and then I just want to show you one other thing we've been able to do with this and how we are empowering people around the world. And then we're done. Thank you so much for your time. So please, any questions?
Yeah, I think this is a lot to take in at one go. Yes.
Okay, I understand.
I'm trying to digest all this,
But it's a lot of information. Yes, I do understand. So let me help you. What I'll do is this. I'm going to give my, because a lot of the time, what I'll do is that if you are okay, everyone is okay on this platform, what I can do is that I can get your number from Auntie Cicely. And what I can do is just touch base with you one by one.
Yeah.
And then, if you're happy with that, then you can ask your questions and gain any clarification that you want. At least by then you could have asked around, you might have gathered some questions, and then we can book a free consultation where you are able to ask me advice, ask me anything you want, and I'll be able to guide you. Does that work well, everybody?
Yeah, I'm happy.
I think that was the plan, Irish.
Okay.
To have this beautiful presentation. I know you are doing it for the second time for some, and then you give that contact. I think I saw it there, and people can follow.
Everybody, no worries. Everyone, either please take and just text me on this number. You can screenshot now, or if you're like I said, I'll access your number from Auntie. And so so this is the last thing that I'll just leave with you, and then I'll be done. In terms of, if you remember, I started by sharing with you that I had a vision in 2017, 2018, that I was going to create something that would empower people and liberate people worldwide. And I would use it to bring power to the people. I never knew how. And I just want to encourage you, because where God calls you, he will equip you. And in following that journey, we are now able to support one of our charities. We now support one of the biggest orphanages in Ghana. And not only do we able to buy them food or support them with things, but one of my aims is to take some of them as interns and empower them with this and set them free forever. It was so heartbreaking to see that some of them were struggling. And there was a child, one of my employees used to work with them when he was doing volunteering. He had a hole in his neck. And because they couldn't afford healthcare, by the time we went back and now we were ready, this child had now passed away. What difference are you able to make if you were able to live life more free? So as soon as we started trading and we now started progressing with this very thing, this is one of the things we were able to do, connect with them. And one of our aims is to empower them to live purpose and live more freely. And that's what I'm doing around the world. I'm liberating people for greater to God's glory. So I'll share this with you and then we'll be done. Thank you so much for your time today. You've all been fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you.
Shut up, 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 shut up. My name is Shut Up. What?
This is what we live for.
Yeah, God is the greatest.
This is what we live for.
Yeah, this is the purpose.
This is the mission.
Yeah, and this is why I am here. Help for the needy.
Turn around. With God, all things are possible. All praise to the Most High. All praise. Yeah, we are blessed to be a blessing. Yanko, Yanko. Champions. Champions. This is what Ivision Kingdom looks like. Ivision Soches. We're marching to Zion. Yay. Champion. Away. Hip, 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 hip. Ivision Kingdom. Champion.
Away.
Champion.
Away. All right, so we are Ivision Kingdom, and we are now a family. We are going to do.
There's something that we do, and we want to teach you. Can we teach you? Yeah. All right, brilliant. So when I say champions, you will say away, okay? And when I say all praise to the Most High, you will say God is the greatest. And when I say Ivision Money Team, you will use the American accent and say, you know what I mean? Already. So are you ready? Okay. So the champions. Away. Champions. Away. All praise to the Most High. Oh man. Man, Timu, yeah. Man, I didn't hear you properly. All praise to the Most High. Ivision Money Team. Let's go. Come on. Ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Ivision Money Team.
Ivision is here to stay, and we are here to help each and every one of you, one, identify your purpose in life. After identifying the purpose, we are going to help each and every one of you reach the purpose.
I Vision Money Team.
All right, so all that we say is the purpose, achieving the purpose is very much possible. Why am I saying so? I'm saying so because with God, all things are possible. With God, what?
All things are possible. Fantastic. Okay, guys, I'm going to teach you something, another thing, okay? Are you ready? Yes. Okay, let's go. You're going to repeat after me. I can. I will. I must. In God. I put my trust. Now, I'm going to say I am limitless. Now, when I say I am limitless, move a jump. You're going to say I am limitless. Are you ready? So I can. I will. I must. In God. I put my trust. I am limitless.
Okay. Thank you so much, guys. We give all praise to God. And I just want to leave you with this. This is what fueled me and was my power leading here. And I always just share this with people at the end. We've gone through so much, a pandemic, so much has gone on. I just want to encourage all of you that greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. Coming this far, every greatest challenge you have overcome because there is a greater power. And I just want to encourage you that this power is greater than anything that you will ever face. So you will always have the assurance that you have the victory. So own your power, press on and conquer because you are a champion. Thank you so much. I look forward to being able to engage with you guys and supporting you for success, for greater. Thank you, Iris Aka. Much love. God bless.
Thank you.
No problem. Yeah, so this is my number here. So yeah, just take the number down. And like I said,
I can't see the number. I can't see the number.
Oh,
it's
you can't see the number. Oh, it stopped. Okay. All right. So
no, it is there. It is 07.
Yeah.
49.
301. It's 301.
Yeah, 36. 34. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. So 049 301 3634. Yeah. Thank you so much. I'll be in touch. God bless. Thanks.
Fantastic.
It's wonderful. So powerful.
Yeah, it is. And so Lide, I know it's a lot to take in.
It is a lot.
For that 1 hour. Well, I know we are beyond the time we set ourselves, but it's all worth it. It's a lot of time, but I believe, Iris, you have time to engage with one-to-one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so please feel free to get in touch with Iris. And if there be need arising, we'll get you again.
Yeah.
If that's okay, Iris.
No problem.
Wonderful.
Yes, and Veronica.
Thank you, Iris.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was it was powerful again. So thank you so much for opening our brains. So we will contact you, whoever, anybody who is I think they'll probably personally I think I would like a one-to-one.
No problem.
To get how it works.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes. I've got all the time in the world to do that. There's only so much you can share, with something like this, so abstract that you've never engaged before. Even when I was launched, I was like, what? So I do understand. And like I said, there's no such thing as a silly question. Please just list anything down. We will address everything comprehensively. And I'll be able to then tailor the information for you to your specific requirements so that I can meet you at your point of need, because that is my aim with this, to empower people at their point of need to enrich them for their purpose, yes, and for their fulfillment. So yeah, absolutely, no problem at all. Thank you.
And in the meantime, we can get to your website as well to know more, yeah?
Right, yeah. So the website is a private website. It's a private website, but in terms of, because it's one of those ones where I would onboard you to that website. But in terms of for now, I can give you generic information. But like I said, just contact me via that number, and anything that you require will be shared. No problem at all. I believe about 2 people logged on and logged off, etc. So if you could just pass on, one of them had like a Nigerian name, and then the other one was your media people. So yeah, do pass on my number to them also. But yeah, feel free to get in touch. Just you can text me now and we can schedule something. No problem at all.
Right. Okay. Are you on WhatsApp?
I am on WhatsApp. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And are you in UK now?
I am currently in the UK. Yes. I'm back for a while, but yes. We've just had a new contract in Canary Wharf. So I'm going to be between London and Reading, by God's grace, quite a bit for the next few months. So not a problem.
Okay. We'll get in touch.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Veronica, your final one?
That's why we set this forum. Everybody, thank you so much for attending. And if we can get nuggets that to make us get to that place we are all looking for, I think why not? So thank you so much, Cicely, for bringing Irish. Yeah. So yeah, thank you. And thank you everyone for, I think we have run over time. So
yes, thank you so much for your patience, everybody. God bless you. You did very well. Sorry, Raphael, Lucy, and Grace. And then there were 2 other people. I didn't catch their names, but yes, thank you.
Thank you very, very, very much. That's an eye opener.
Yeah, yes.
I'm sending you a text as we speak.
Brilliant stuff. We'll be in touch. Thank you, Lucy.
Thank you so
And
much.
just remind us, you left your legal job for this?
Oh yeah, literally, yeah. I left my, I would say that I'm living now purpose. I left my career and now I'm pursuing purpose. And yes, this is one of the things that facilitated that. So yeah, that's correct. And I was making good money, like, so that you can understand, in my legal job, you know, because I became independent, I got to a point that I could make anywhere between 3,000 to 10,000 comfortably. But then it gets to a point in life when you're chasing purpose, it becomes less about money and more about how you make that money, and then what value, what you're giving, what impact you are making. And in certain systems, you know, it almost takes the life out of us. So by the time we have the little time we have, we don't have any more energy. We're limited, and we're just trying to, that's what I'm trying to take off that cap, exceed your boundaries, live free. That's what I'm pioneering. My life has changed ever since this, and I wish to be able to empower others, you know, with that encouragement and that liberation also. So yes, that's it.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. Very inspirational.
Thank you so much.
We thank God. We give all the praise to God, honestly.
Yes.
It's not been easy, but with God, all things are possible. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. So Lucy, lovely to see you again. Veronica, Raphael, Grace, as always.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, good.
Raphael is your nephew?
Yeah.
Oh,
all right.
Okay.
I invited him just now to come.
Oh, right. Fantastic. Hello, Raphael. Did you take my number? Make sure you take my number.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. All right.
And thank you, everyone.
Good. Lovely.
Yeah.
Cicely, is it possible to have 2 extra minutes after people have left?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
So what's the reading list for next time?
We are reading the same book, and then we.
Okay, I'll look for that book. Okay. Take
We are
care.
still trying to get financial literacy.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. See you next week.
Thank you. Next month, everybody. Get in touch.
Bye.
Let's go higher for greater. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Whew. Hello. Veronica.
Oh, sorry, I was on mute.
Hey, okay.
Yeah. So So, by the way, I didn't want to, because sometimes we finish this and we got to have our dinners and we are so tired.
Yeah.
I have this guy who is doing an application for us, and he's asked me for 2 references. That's for KKLT, yeah? So I'm just thinking of giving your name and one boy. I don't know whether they will be able to call you, but it's just, yeah.
No problem.
Yeah?
No problem at all.
Brilliant. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So have you since did you join her?
Who?
This guy.
This girl.
Girl. Yes.
I'm planning to.
Yeah.
I'm planning to. That's why I wanted Frank in, but they were in another meeting. I didn't wanted them to listen because they have searched her.
They have?
They have searched. They have done a search on her.
And what did they find?
That's what I'm waiting to hear. But the initial impression looks promising. But they went on to do more, search, and I wanted them to be in to hear for themselves.
Yeah.
And Sunday they didn't make it.
Yeah, they came in briefly and then they left.
Yeah, they were in another physical meeting. Yeah, they sent a private.
I'm wondering, well, 3,000, God almighty, I know. Maybe the one for the 500, they take half.
Yeah.
Maybe that one, because sometimes you think, do I have the time? Or
if one can get the one for prompting, I think would be brilliant.
Which one?
There is that package that prompts you when there is a potential.
Yeah, but also you have to have learned, isn't it?
Yes,
you
they'll
have
teach you
to go for training.
They will teach. This is what she is saying. So you give your mentor along with your signing.
Is there a mentor for the one that you split 50-50?
I believe so. Well, she can explain that further when we get that one.
I'll call her to get some finer details. Because the other day I was talking to Sophie. Also Sophie teaches about this Forex trading. She charges her course for £400. But I don't know. She's not very, I think she just does in a quiet way, but she doesn't work, so it must be giving her some money.
Okay. So see what? She spends her time on those through utilizing the laptops.
Yeah? Yes, of course.
Sure
I meant she doesn't work like us, on a job.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is what she does, but she would never really tell you exactly what. So anyway, when I talked to her, then we had agreed. I think last year I was supposed to do the course, and then I had we were buying the thing, and I thought, I thought, well, let me first of all get something. So I don't know. I'm torn between what to do at the moment.
Yeah.
And then there's another lady. Huh?
I mean, look, listening to her, I mean, the reason why I actually called her back is, the most testimonials. Yeah, one of the ladies came to our church to see some pastor's wife, and she's an accountant herself. And I had not known she's into it until Irish showed us those testimonials. And when I saw, I got a little bit more interested because the way I know her, the way she preached, and knowing her accounting background, is not somebody who can just decide to mess about with the money.
Yeah.
And especially now her husband is is in training. So, and she's the one who got, I think she
what?
It's one of those who invested, and then it went up to 9,000 within 2 days or so. But she must be very switched on it, because as an accountant, I can only imagine.
Yeah.
Be better than some of us.
And accountants understands money.
Exactly that. And that is where I'm coming from with Akina Frank being in. I wanted them to be there to hear for themselves.
Did you talk to this accountant? Why? Did you talk to her?
No, I haven't spoken to that lady. No.
I think it's good to talk to her as well.
It's just that I know her as a pastor's wife and as an accountant. And knowing her,
because sometimes you want to hear from the horse's mouth.
That's true. And knowing Irish herself, you know, and seeing where she is, I can just imagine, you know, it's something she has really sworn for. It must be doing her good.
I know when you get into this forex trading and you really know the job you do, it does change your life. That one I know, because I know my friend in Kenya who his life was changed by forex trading.
Really?
Yeah, he got into trading. I think he was, and actually he had finished 6th form, and he got this good mentor, a white man. He was looking for a job. He believed in himself. He went there. He learned it so quickly. And I think what he did is that he borrowed other people's money to trade. And from there, his life has never been the same. And you know, you borrow people's money, you trade, you give them back the money, then you're left with your money.
That's right, yes.
And then once you know how to trade, you put money here and there. And the next thing we knew, he was really killing it. Now he does estates now.
Wow.
Yeah, he built flats, he has invested so well. I mean, the guy, yeah, so I know with forex, and if you know how to trade, my God, you can really, because that's where the money is.
It's just like the Nini. Actually, when you know exactly what you're doing, you'll go for. You see somebody like Frank. Frank, I mean, when he told me about his life, I realized why he is doing so well. And like this friend of yours, Frank was mentored by a white man right away from Kenya. You know, and when he brought him here to do his accounting, he did. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, you can hear. Yeah,
yes.
He did the accounting at Waterview, and he employed him. Well, he did. Yeah, he got a job. And the person he got a job with was owned this international company, building roads. But then Frankie got him as on the systems side of things, and that is why he is very good in putting systems in place.
Yes.
And then when I don't know what happened, the government changed, and they lost all that business. And this man was kind enough to call Frank aside because he loved his work. He told him, look, I've seen how you work, and you really put a lot into what you do. But one thing I can advise you to do is never be employed. Employ yourself. And Frank took that word. And today, that is what he has lived on.
Yeah.
That is what he has lived on.
Yeah.
He's never been employed since then.
Yes. Yeah.
And so when I see him hanging on to this funding things, even when money is not coming, and you hear him getting about 500, have $1 million. Can you imagine a black organization's, a black man's organization of his kind having such amount of money coming?
Is it a CIS?
No, it's a charity. CIS is company of interest.
Yes, like whereby you one part is charity, part is business.
No, this is purely charity.
Purely charity, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But I can see how he does it so well. He really puts systems in place, but he also has a lot of patience and a lot of knowledge on managing people from a distance.
Yeah.
And I always tell him is because he did anthropology. So he understands, he knows how to manage relationships. So these things are doable. I guess it's a question of
I know we are all different, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we excel in some things and others excel in others.
No, in the mind there. Yes, and then we are saying, we know it's all about putting your hand there and dedicating it. Yeah. And like you were saying in the beginning, we have the faith, but we don't put the action.
Yeah, you have to have the faith and then put it into action. Yes, my dear, my dear, that's the key.
Yeah, for some of us, we don't want to be employed, but we are still doubting.
Yeah, thank you. That's me. Oh gosh, you have hit me on my head, straight on, like this. Because this is even when my legs just even like now, even when we are talking, when I know how I want to stop working and actually start doing my own thing. And then I don't know what stops the fear, the doubt, like, and it's, yeah. And then, so when I hear people who have actually taken the leap of faith, I feel my legs going weak because I know this is where I want to go. This is what I want to do. And anyway, my dear, sometimes I get depressed over it.
I don't blame you. We are the same, you know.
Because, you know, I want things to go this way. And then there is this, oh gosh. Anyway, but I know something, I know, especially this year, I can't believe it's going to come to an end. I was so hopeful that this year, I would have actually shifted big time, but now I can see the year is coming to an end. But you know what? I'm so almost also hopeful.
Yes.
The only other thing I don't like rushing into things, and then you know, maybe you lose money or you get disappointed, you know.
Yeah.
But I know we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, we will. We will.
We will. We will.
Yeah. Yeah. So
anyway, I'm gonna actually, of course, I have actually been wanting to contact Frank because we had talked about my program. I'm gonna contact him to probably give me an idea. But obviously, I do know what I need to do. It is just getting that dedication and putting things into place, my darling.
I know it's, yeah. And it's the whole thing of managing people. It's the whole thing about managing people.
Yeah.
Because, Anyway, Veronica, let's call it a day.
Let's call it a day. Thank you. So
bye.
I'll give your name and telephone number. So in case, and I'll also ask for more details so that in case they ever call you, you know, well, I don't know what, you know, why they are asking, but yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's all right.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.